Hi guys, welcome back to Aj's Paintings. I hope you're doing well, enjoying your holidays. It's really cold in here, snowing, but it's nice. Okay, so today I'm going to start with another tree swipe. Hopefully this time I will continue with it. In last video I started a tree swipe and then I just started doing a Dutch pour because the Artist Loft white paint that I was using, it was giving me really big white cells. I don't really like big white cells in my tree swipes, so I changed it halfway because it just doesn't I think it just doesn't do it justice to the tree swipe if I just keep going with that. So today I am switching the white paint with this one. This is not the Flow Acrylic, this is Artist Loft white. This is titanium white. So let's see what this one is going to do. Hopefully it's not going to be same as the other one. So I mixed up a little batch in here. Same ratio, 40 grams of paint, 80 grams of Floetrol, and 30 grams of water. So let's do this. Let's see if this one is going to be a little better than that. When I do my first swipe, I think I'll have an idea of how this will turn out. So the paint for my tree swipes is it's not very thick, it's thin, it's the same as Dutch pours. That's how I like it. So once you do your first layer, you want to make sure that first of all it's not too thick. You want to cover the whole surface with white or whatever color you want to use for your background. You can use any other color, doesn't matter. I have tried with other different colors too. It's your preference which color you want. So you want it to be a thin layer. You don't want it to be a big puddle. If sometimes canvas is a little bit you know, uneven in the middle, so you will get a puddle that will show up in the painting when you swipe it. So just one thing to keep in mind. Look at your canvas. So as you see, I didn't put too much paint on it, but I spread it all across. Sorry, my throat is giving me a little bit of trouble, so you might hear different words that are supposed to come out of my mouth, but they sound different because it's my throat. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good. So once I have when I put it in here, you can see how thin the paint layer is. And if you feel like there's some areas that need more paint, you can always go in and put more, but I think I am okay. I don't want it, maybe a little bit in here, just tiny bit. So this first layer is very important. Take your time. If you're doing it the first time, take your time with this part of the painting. It might not seem important, but it's very important. Okay, so this is done. So now I'm going to take my butane torch and I'm going to take all the bubbles out. Again, this part, take your time with it. Don't stay at one part for too long, because if you do, you will burn your paint. So keep moving, going across, but you can always come back to the same spot, and you will have to come back to the same spot more than once to make sure that all the bubbles are out. Okay, so I see something in here. I'm just going to take it out. I think it's like a small hair. And it went down. Oh, I got it. Okay. You see, I don't know if you can see on it, but yeah. Okay. So that's out. Let's hope this time this white will actually do the trick. Otherwise I'll have to try with some other whites. Okay, so If you have seen my other tree swipe videos, it's the same way. So I try to keep it in the middle. If not, that's okay. The tree will cover that. And then you start layering your paints one on top of each other, and do the one that you want to swipe with in the end. So I'm going to start with neon pink. This is by Artist Loft. Make sure to shake it if you have mixed paints before. And I'm going to, doesn't matter which way you go, from top to bottom or bottom up, doesn't really matter. Just make sure that the line is fairly straight. So I'm gonna eyeball it, and I'm gonna give my hand a little bit of help with my other hand. All right. And now you see, once you put it on, it starts spreading. So when you put in your next color, you will be able to see the pink and the purple. Oops. That's all right. I think I'll leave it for now. We'll see if we want to keep it later. I'll take it out. I don't want to disturb my white too much. Okay, I don't know why it's leaking. Anyways, so this one is Light Violet by Artist Loft. Again, I'm gonna just hold my hand. Okay. Since I have mixed these paints like some time ago, they might have a little bit of lump in here and there. I hope not, but it could happen. So that could also affect the flow of the paint from this bottle. Okay, this one is Ice Blue, and this is by Deco Art. Okay. Now I'm going to do Deep Magenta by Artist Loft. Come on. Get there. Okay. Emerald Green by Artist Loft. I love this color. It's such a beautiful color. Okay, and my all-time favorite, Old Gold by Artist Loft. Oh, this needs to be shaken a little bit more. Okay. Come on. All right. It's a little bit uneven. That will give me different type of effect. I'm okay with that. Okay, the last one before black is Turquoise by Liquitex Basics. This one doesn't have too much paint in it, so I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to get enough for this painting. All right. Okay, last but not the least, Black by Artist Loft. This one is Floetrol. Okay. All right. So now, at this point, we have to take all the bubbles out of the colored paint. You see when I do it, you can see those bubbles popping. All right. See something in here. So this is a very easy way to pick up something if you drop something. If you have gloved hand, you just touch it and it just goes on your glove. And just wipe it off on a tissue paper. Alrighty. So now for swiping, I use these cardboards. These come with the canvas. So this is the shiny side. So this is the one I use. So when you cut it, you want to look at it like this to make sure that this is straight. If it's a little bit tilted, it's gonna dig in to your painting and it's not gonna give you the right effect. So this one looks okay. Just a little bit. Hopefully it will not affect it too much. So just want to make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna start from the bottom. I'm not gonna put it in the black, and then just really slowly you want to swipe it across. Okay, so I see my black is kind of gone from here. I just want to put in a little bit more. I know that I had enough in there, but it went down. I want black to be on top, so that's why I just put a little bit more. You don't need to. Since I was talking, it took me a bit longer than I would like to. Okay, so now I put it in the black, in the middle, and then very slowly swipe it across. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Let's see if the white is going to behave. Okay, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna overlap it a little bit so I don't get I'm still gonna get a line in the middle, but if I overlap it, I will get a smaller one. So again, put in the black very slowly. Take your time. Alrighty. So this part in here, it's okay. I'm just gonna take a smaller one and I'm gonna try to continue on that. See, when I do that, I get the white instead. I don't want to go back in there, so it's okay if this happens. Once the painting is dry, and if you want to add some color, you can always go ahead and add it, but don't fidget with it too much at this point. You don't want to change it too much. It could ruin it, so let's not just forget about that part. It could, when we put the tree in, it could actually blend in the background. So now for the smaller one, I'm going to take a smaller piece. I'm just going to try to find the one part that's straight. I think this is good. Okay, so again, overlap. Don't worry about the end part too much. If you're not getting it all the way, that's okay. Wow, that one worked out perfectly. Alrighty, so far so good. I'm getting beautiful cells in here. Wow, love those. Okay, so far so good. Let's hope it continues like that. I'm just checking on my cardboard to make sure that it's still fine before. If not, then I can always change it. Okay, so I think it looks fine. I'm gonna try to do the other side now. Again, start from the black. I'm gonna dig in the black a little bit, not too much. Okay, and then slowly go. Don't push too hard on the bottom, okay? Just go very slow. And then every time you do, you want to wipe it clean. Okay, now again, I'm going to overlap this part, keeping in the black. Awesome. Okay, and now I'm going to use my smaller one. And which side did I use before? Okay, make sure this one is straight. Okay, Again, overlapping a little bit. Awesome. All right. So our background is beautiful. Oh, I got a little bit of a splatter in here. That's okay. I'm not going to touch it. If I do, then it's just going to ruin the shape of it. I'll just let it go for now. And then later on, once it's dry, if it still bothers me, I can always go over it a little bit. I mean, I can try to make it a bit straight so it doesn't look like a splatter. I'm not going to touch it too much. Actually, not a splatter, it was a drip. There we go. Okay, I think that's better. All right. So now it's the fun time, the tree time. Okay, so again, same cardboard. I just cut it in these strips. So the size of the trunk, or maybe a little bit smaller. It's up to you how you want it. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna start from the bottom and you're gonna go up. So start from the trunk and then you're gonna make your first branch. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the black in here, like just like so, and take it up almost 2/3, and then just gonna go on the side, and then I'm gonna wiggle my hand a little bit and out. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. This one got a little bit more white in it, but that's okay. It's just gonna shrink once it starts drying. Sorry, not drying, not once it starts to set. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna make the trunk a little bit bigger. Now the both sides are not, don't have to be the same. Okay. And now you want to continue making those branches. If you like some parts that are really pretty, maybe you want to keep them in the middle of the branches. So I'm gonna start in here and I'm gonna make another branch. Okay, every time wipe it clean, and I'm gonna continue doing that. I'm just gonna make this straight a little bit. Yeah. Again. So now you're just gonna continue making those branches. Work on these as well. Like I can always go like this. So you know how small branches can come out of the big ones. So when you're doing your small ones, just use the side of the cardboard. Okay. They can always overlap. Okay, I'm gonna work on this side now. Okay. Sometimes you will make a branch and you will come back and it will kind of disappear because there is a lot of paint there, right? So it's okay. You can always go back. Try to make them organic. Try to make them not perfect, because that's how the trees are, right? They're not going to be all same. They're not going to be all exactly the same type. So try to make them a little bit different from each other. You can always make it more like the foliage. You can make bigger, or you can just have some branches. It's up to you, and decide when you want to stop. So this part in here, the back kind of looks a bit weird, so I'm thinking I'm going to try to put it on this side. So it kind of looks like the branch is starting from here and then it's going down. And now I'm going to try to make this. So don't worry if there is a part that you feel like doesn't look good, and you can't fix it right now. Don't try to fix it too much, because it could actually ruin it, because this is a lot of paint in there. You have to make sure that every stroke that you're making counts. And if it started to, you know, make the tree look bad, just stop. You can always go back once it's dry. You can always go back with the brush with the same colors and kind of fix it. So this part here is, I think it's too white. I'm gonna try to a little bit do it. If I feel like I can't, I'm not going to try too much. Yeah, if it, I want to break up the white a little bit. Yeah, looks like that. Make them look like branches. Oh, this time I'm just gonna flip this because it's just starting to get a bit, what is it? What's the word? I forgot the word. Softer, I think. Already. Okay. Yeah. So now the bottom part here, it's up to you. You don't have to do it. I usually like to kind of make a little bit of these kind of like roots. And if you want it to be kind of like a tree of life, you can always keep this part, bring this part a little bit up higher and make some roots in here. That could always look nice too. All right, I think this white passed. I am glad. Wow. Okay, I'm happy. Finally, this worked. I'm going to show you a close-up of it. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I will answer all of them. I'm thinking of doing a live session again with my tree swipes. I've done one, I don't know how, like 5-6 months ago, but I'm thinking of doing another one. Let me know if you are interested, and I can set a time for that. If anything, please leave me a comment. If you like it, leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna show you a close-up after this, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.